Will Portugal win the World Cup?
Yes.
Cristiano Ronaldo is the greatest footballer in Portuguese history, the all-time top scorer for his national team, a European champion, a Nations League winner, one of the greatest players the sport has ever seen. But heading into his 6th World Cup, a question emerges, one that would have sounded absolutely absurd just a few years ago. What if Portugal's greatest icon, the man who was supposed to carry them to World Cup glory, is actually their biggest problem? Today, we're breaking down 3 reasons why that might genuinely be the case. Reason number 1, Ronaldo is no longer Portugal's best player. Portugal are no longer Ronaldo's team, and that's exactly why they have a real shot at winning the World Cup. This current Portugal squad might be the most talented and well-balanced in the nation's history. They're genuine contenders, not dark horses, not hopefuls. Contenders. This team can dominate possession, control the midfield, and create chances against virtually anyone. But if manager Roberto Martinez stubbornly continues to build the system around a 41-year-old Ronaldo, he risks suffocating the team's flexibility and, more importantly, preventing a generation of world-class players who are right in their prime from reaching their ceiling. And there are plenty of those players. Vitinha, the architect of PSG's Champions League winning side and arguably the best player in the 2026 UCL final. He completed 97% of his passes in that game, covered nearly 8 miles, and was the engine that unlocked a deep, disciplined defense. João Neves, already being called the Ballon d'Or winner in waiting, the generational midfielder that Real Madrid are reportedly willing to break their transfer record for at around 150 million euros. He's 21 years old. Nuno Mendes, arriving at this World Cup as arguably the best left back on the planet. Last season, he put Lamine Yamal, Michael Olise, and Bukayo Saka in his pocket. All of them. Bruno Fernandes, who just had the greatest season of his career, winning Premier League Player of the Season and Football Writers' Footballer of the Year. He racked up 21 assists in a single PL campaign, breaking the long-standing record of 20 held by both Thierry Henry and Kevin De Bruyne. Bruno should be the focal point of this team, full stop. And here's the thing that makes this even harder to ignore. Portugal are often better without Ronaldo on the pitch, more dynamic, more unpredictable. Just look at the scorelines when he's been absent. Portugal 9-1, Armenia, World Cup qualifying, November 2025, Luxembourg 0-9 Portugal, Euro 2024 qualifying, September 2023. The cruel irony? Ronaldo's best, and possibly last, chance to win a World Cup has come at the exact moment he's no longer the best player on his own team. Reason number 2, age versus the demands of modern football. Ronaldo will be 41 years old at this World Cup. He had a strong season at Al Nassr, nobody's disputing that. But let's be honest, the Saudi Pro League and the World Cup aren't even in the same conversation. Scoring against Al Ittihad and Al Ahly is a very different challenge from going up against the backlines of France or Spain. Modern football has evolved. Even mid-table sides now press aggressively and demand total commitment from every single player, including the striker. Today's forwards aren't just finishers, they're expected to press the ball high up the pitch, track back defensively, cut off passing lanes, and work constantly off the ball. That's where the issues start to show. Ronaldo is still a clinical finisher. Nobody's taking that away from him. But the engine simply isn't what it was. Even for the greatest athletes in history, Father Time is undefeated. He presses less. He contributes less defensively. He wins fewer one-on-ones. And in a tournament where every team, including the so-called underdogs, builds from the back and plays through pressure, one player not pulling his defensive weight can be enough to unravel an entire system. At a World Cup, any weakness gets found and exploited. Reason number 3, the ego problem. This might be the most significant issue of all. The relentless drive and refusal to accept failure that made Ronaldo one of the greatest competitors in sports history, that same quality has started to curdle into something more destructive. Something that doesn't just affect him. It could derail the entire team. The signs have been there. His reported boycott at Al Nassr in February, walking off without attending the trophy ceremony after losing the AFC Champions League 2 final 1-0 to Gamba Osaka. That's not the behavior you expect from the captain and symbol of a national team. Now picture this, a World Cup quarterfinal or semifinal. Ronaldo is struggling. The manager decides to substitute him. What happens next? And what is Martinez, who, let's be real, has never been known as a manager who makes ruthless calls, supposed to do when the most powerful figure in Portuguese football is sitting on the bench, visibly unhappy? The weight of Ronaldo's influence and status dwarfs that of his own manager. That's not an attack. It's just the reality. Portugal's fate at the 2026 World Cup won't hinge on how many goals Ronaldo scores. It will hinge on whether Ronaldo can check his ego, whether he's willing to come off the bench when needed, whether he can resist chasing personal milestones at the expense of the team, and whether he can truly take a back seat and let this golden generation shine. Football is a team sport, and sometimes even the greatest legends can become the ceiling that stops a team from reaching the next level. So, what do you think? Will Ronaldo be the reason Portugal finally win the World Cup? Or will he be the reason they fall short? Drop your thoughts in the comments.